Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Thursday of getting together and sharing some fun, some readings, and hopefully, some learning too. So it's good to see you, and I hope you're having a great week. I apologize. I always still have to get up and kind of support my tuchus from when I fell back in Arizona, which was I want to say back in April. So I'm feeling the love. I see all the hearts going up. So thank you very much. Hi, Sheila. Thank you so much for joining. So we're going to jump into tonight because we have a lot to do. And I want to get as many readings in as possible. But first and foremost, I do want to let you know, hi, Angela. Hi, Vera. I have some good things coming up. So just a little news flash that hopefully if it does go through, you will be the first to know. So I might be jumping online this weekend to let you know what's in store. So hi, Sasha and Debbie and Chelsea and Pinky. So let's get started, shall we? Here we go, because I'm excited. I always get excited. Okay. We're always going to do like we always do, dashboard items, and I always start off with my questions. The first question is from Carrie in New York, and she asks me, what is the best way to prepare for her upcoming psychic reading? That's pretty interesting. I always tell people, psychics are like shoes. And I know that's such a weird analogy, but every psychic is different. Every reading that you get is going to be different. So I always tell people, read my reviews. If you've never been read by me, read my reviews. And people who have given me reviews, I basically told them, don't sugarcoat it, don't candy coat it, be real. If I didn't nail your grandmom in terms of giving you the details that you wanted when I pulled her forward, be honest. I'm pretty transparent, as those of you that know me. I expect people to do their research, and that's how it should be. So when I say a medium should basically fit you like a shoe, they really should. You should get along with them. That being said, also be open. What I mean by that is I've actually read people who basically have sat there across from me with their arms folded, and they've sat there and said, nope, 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 nope. And I've basically said to them, you know what, hold up. I'm confident in who I am as a medium. I'm just going to give you your money back, because if you're going to sit there and just say no the whole time and you're going to test me, I've been doing this almost 11 years. I don't need to be tested. Peace be with you. Here's your money. So I always say be open, be accepting, and also understand that as mediums, we are not perfect. So what spirit or the divine might be giving me as a symbol or as a message might not make sense to you at that time during the reading, but just be open to it and accepting of it and go home and mull it over. Because sometimes I've had many clients say to me, nope, doesn't make any sense, but okay. And then they go home and they talk to family members and or friends, and they do homework, and they realize, oh my God, Kimba actually was onto something. So being open has a lot to do with it too. So Carrie in New York, I hope I answered your question, but always, 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 first and foremost, or you sit down across from a psychic and a medium that you're comfortable with. And if you're not comfortable, get up, walk away, and get your money back. So Carrie in New York, with love from me to you, I hope that answered your question. Reggie in Jamaica asks, I keep seeing repetitive numbers in a sequence. What does that mean? Well, I do a little bit of numerology, and I always say the universe is such a perfect, intelligent source that a lot of times they send us information because we're not as intelligent as they are. So they'll send us what we call synchronicities, such as repeating numbers, 111. Have you ever looked at the clock and you saw that it was 12:12, 10:10, 3:33? You might notice someone's address is 555. that being said, in terms of numerology, repeating numbers are very significant. If you're not into numerology and you don't know what it means, look it up. There's a wealth of information on Google. And for example, I'm so sorry. Ones, if you see a lot of ones, that means independence, that you're going forward and that you're basically finding yourself. And that's a great thing. If you see a lot of twos, it means you're breaking out. And I'm kind of condensing because it means a lot more than just that one word. But if you see a lot of twos, like 222, that means leadership, communication, teamwork. But the big one there is leadership skills. If you see a lot of threes, that's creativity. It also can mean communication. And as most of you know, I have the number 3 tattooed behind my ear, so it's also a big angel number. But for me, the significance for number 3 is I'm a nurse. So we have 3 admissions, 3 deaths, 3 crazy-ass patients. So 3 is a really big thing. So if that answers your question, Reggie, if you start to see repeating numbers and or people who don't know each other, who are saying the same thing, pay attention. That's another way the universe is getting your attention. So Reggie in Jamaica, I hope that answered your question. With love, from me to you. And the third and final question comes from Judy in Nebraska. Judy asks, well, first of all, she said, congratulations on your new cat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just had her at the vet yesterday and she got a clean bill of health. And I must also add, she rescued us. We didn't rescue her. But Judy's question was, what are your 3 favorite foods? And that's so hard because I really do enjoy food, but I have to say first and foremost, and I think all of you know, tacos. I love tacos. I guess my second favorite food, if I had to kind of say, because there's so many, I love salads. And then my third favorite food, I'd have to say is fish. I really love all types of fish. So Judy in Nebraska, from me to you, I hope that answered your question. Okay, dashboard items really fast, and then we're going to get to these readings. Things that we're going to, because as I mentioned, the universe is a perfect, intelligent source. So things that we don't want to do to the universe is we don't want to leave open-ended statements. So if we want something, we want to be crystal clear. We don't want to say, I wish, I want, I could, I hope, I try, I need, or I desire. Basically, they're open-ended. So what we want to do is we want to be crystal clear to manifest our intentions. And by doing so, it leaves no wiggle room for the universe. Okay? Let me be more specific. If you want a mate or if you want a person in your life, and it doesn't have to be a mate or a romantic partner, if you want to invest in a friend, say, I choose to have that person in my life, or I choose not, because they're all about the drama. You follow what I'm saying? So just keep it simple. Choose or choose not. You can't get any more simple than that. And the universe will honor you because the universe is like, can't get any more simple than that. 2 other things I really just want to go over fast is the Phoenixville Psychic Fair is coming up fast and furious, and this is September 7th. This is just days away. I have a booth. It starts 10 to 5. It's full day. Anyone who wants to come to this, if you want to get read by any psychic, palm readers, tea leaf readers, crystal ball readers, pendulum readers. I even understand there's going to be flower readers where they actually are going to take flowers. Supposedly, this is word on the street, that they're going to take flowers and actually pull them apart and do readings by a flower. So that will be pretty interesting. So this is where all the psychics are going to be. If you'd like to get a reading from me, stop by my booth. I don't know where it's going to be yet. I'll find out that morning. And if you don't want a reading from me, no hurt feelings. Stop by and say hi anyway. It's at Main and Bridge Streets in Phoenixville, 10 to 5. And the second one is a little bit more closer to home for us, which is the Media State Street Food and Craft Festival. And this is Saturday also, October 6th from 9 to 5 p.m. And if you have questions, I'll be doing angel and or tarot readings. Some people like angel cards. As you know, angel cards are all about the mediumship side of the house, which is about those that are passed on. And tarot is all about, as you know, because you guys are all skilled at this, predicting the future. So how have you been doing? How has our past lessons been doing? Have you been doing your homework? Has it been working? Has it not been working? Do you want more exercises? Have you been working with your friends, and has the number thing been working? Have you been doing the shapes, and have you been writing in your journals? I want some feedback. I'm not getting any feedback, and that would really help me out before we go forward. Okay, so let me stop for a second and say hello to everybody who's here. Hello, Sheila and Vera and Angela and Sasha and Jen and Debbie and Shazley and Pinky and Alyssa Williamson and Sheila and Debbie and Angela and Donna and Jessica and Vera and Penny and Chelsea and Bonnie and Kathy and Christopher and Vera and Jen and Arlene and Donna and Sonny and Sylvia and I feel like I have to take a breath. And Penny and Chelsea, Angela, Jen, Kimberly, Anna Marie, Kimberly, Carrie, Trinidad, Dee, Sasha, Anna, Kimberly, Eddie, Dee, Sasha, Brenda, Gina, and Jose. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. So as you know, and those of you that don't, this is how we're going to play. If you're new, please feel free to say that you're new. And those of you that have been here and followed me, thank you for coming back. I'm going to start to the top again, the top of the list, and I'm going to toggle down. Sometimes names jump out at me, and I'll call your name. All I ask for is validation. I'm not asking for information. I'm just asking a yes or a no, because as mediums, we do need some form of feedback to know that we're on the right track. So my little metaphoric cell phone tower to my angels can tell me that I'm on the right track. Does that make sense? Good. Let's get started. So I have my angel cards, and you guys are all pros, which, by the way, these bad boys are sold out. I cannot find them at any of my distributors. I have called everywhere. Apparently, Doreen Virtue, I'm shuffling, by the way. Doreen Virtue has become a born-again Christian, and no judgment. You all know I'm a nurse, so we're all entitled to our own evolution of our spirituality. And because of her, what I'm told, because of her change of choice, she has decided not to have these reprinted. So I think what we're going to see is all of her oracles are going to slowly go out of print. So unfortunately, the Healing with the Angels deck and oracle, I cannot get. I have seen it on eBay, but they're used and they're price gouged. So if you have this deck, I'll tell you, this is the deck I started out on reading people. So let's get started. You saw me just shuffle the cards, by the way, because last week it seemed like a couple of cards just kept coming back up. Sheila Jaltris, am I saying that right? And I apologize, I will mess up your name, but it's with the utmost of love, because part of what I always say as me being a nurse is I will screw up your name, but I will do it in love, because it's just part of being a nurse. So Sheila, I want to ask you a question. I just saw your name and then it just bounced away. Sheila, was it Jalstris? I'm looking for your name. It just went away. Ah, your name was, here we go. I just saw you again. Sheila Jaltris. Your name just popped up. So I'm going to throw an angel card for you. And the card that I pulled is Balance. This is from the Healing with the Angels deck. This card is all about how do we balance work and home life, play, and basically being women. I mean, we come home, we bring home the bacon, we work, we play, but at the same time, how do we find time for ourselves? You're doing a pretty good job at this. And at the same time, I have to almost go like this and look away, because for Sheila, it's like my angels are showing me your toes and they're wriggling them in front of my face. So I have to ask you, Sheila Jaltris, am I saying that right? Do you get your feet done at like, do you get pedicures? Just say yes or no at the bottom of the screen, because I'm seeing this card, balance, and I want to say something if you get your feet done at a salon, because I'm seeing your toes wiggling in front of me. So for Sheila Jaltris, could you just confirm that for me? And this goes with the card balance. Sheila Jaltris, paging Sheila Jaltris, could you please respond? Yes, you do. Thank you. The reason why I'm laughing is because I admire any woman who gets their feet done. Me personally, I'm ticklish and I'm afraid I will kick the woman in the head. Not because I'm angry, but because I'm just so damn ticklish. Go get your feet done, girlfriend. It's time. You've done so much between work, home life, taking care of the family. This is your time. Balance is also about you and your time. Does that make sense? So the angels are saying, take time for you. But I'm also seeing, and I have to almost kind of look back a little bit and kind of go pull back. As you know, maybe you don't know, I'm almost colorblind with my diabetes. So I'm seeing a cat, and the cat is on the back of my chair, and it keeps kind of going back and forth. So for Sheila Jaltris, I have a cat with me in spirit. And for those of you that don't know, I will also tell you, as a hospice volunteer and a nurse, I believe, it's my belief system, that animals also have souls. So for Sheila, you have a cat with you in spirit. Best guess, because of my color vision, I would say it's either black, could be dark brown, or slate gray, but this cat wants to be acknowledged, and there's something about the tip of the tail being white, just the very tip, almost like you'd miss it. So for Sheila, I do want to acknowledge this cat. It's coming through so strong. Okay, I'm going to move on. Going back to the top. Whee! Here we go. Going back to the top. Angela Cabellas, am I saying that right? What my future has for me. You know, and it's funny because for Angela, as soon as I hit your name, or you know, spotted on your name, I should say, I have to almost ask you, Angela, are you moving? Because I feel like, and I'm kind of moving my angel cards away because I pulled tarot. Because I feel like with the tarot card, your future is showing an upcoming move. And I find that very interesting. This is for Angela Cabellos. Cabellos, maybe, is another way of saying it. Okay, thank you. And I just pulled a tarot card. 3 of Cups. Girlfriend, this is all about celebration. Here you are, and I'm grabbing a pen. I want to make sure it's pulled down out of respect for the cards. Here are you celebrating with your 2 girlfriends, and I feel like you're moving, but this move has to do with a job. So I'm kind of like, whoa, there's like a move altogether going on for you. I feel like it's work, but I also feel like it's home. And they're also saying it's there, not here. And I'm like, what does that mean? And they're saying wherever you live right now, okay? I live outside of Philadelphia, so we'll pretend we'll use me as an example. You're moving there, so you're not going to be where you are currently. So you're going to be moving further out. Does that make sense, Angela? Because I feel like this job that you're looking for is going to take you out further, and it's going to also require a new residence location. At first, the job is going to come, and you're going to kind of commute. But then I feel a residence is going to require relocation as well. And I think the job is going to take place between now and November, and the residence location, I think, is going to be by June of next year. Finality, you know, because that ain't easy, you know, that's just me. But in the end, celebration card, you got 3 women who are definitely celebrating with you. So it's a good card. It's a good card to get. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to backtrack for a second. So keep us posted on that, please, because we do want to hear about that. I'm going to backtrack to Sheila Jaltris for a minute. She did say she has a black cat in spirit and a gray one with white. Thank you so much for confirming that. I do always love confirmation because for me, it's my way of validating, or what I call pinging off my little metaphorical cell phone tower to my angels, because I give them all the glory. I'm just the humble mouthpiece, so to speak, and anyone can learn to do this. So if you're interested, hit me up. I do teach tarot. I do teach angel readings. And I recently, those of you who know, went to New Orleans, and I'm a big fan of voodoo. And interestingly enough, voodoo is all about energy work. So, and I learned it's really about, it's not that Hollywood type of crap that you see on TV about pins and dolls and revenge. Yeah, it's out there, but hey, every religion has some form of bad attached to it, doesn't it? I learned it actually hails from Africa. It has Haitian roots as well, and for the most part, a lot of it has herb work. Herb as in plants. So it was very, very interesting, and I learned a lot about Marie Laveau, who is the queen of voodoo. So a lot of it is actually very good work. So my black cat who rescued us, her middle name is Juju, which means good magic. Little side note. Jose Montoya, God bless you. Why, thank you, and also with you. I was raised Catholic, can you tell? A big hug for you. Jose, I feel like I want to throw a card for you. Thank you, though, for your blessings. I do appreciate that. Jose Montoya, I want to throw an angel card for you because as I look at your name, I have to ask you, and I apologize, I'm losing my voice. Is your father alive? Now, while you're being so kind to answer me yes or no at the bottom of the screen, this is for Jose Montoya. I will refresh everyone's beautiful memories as mediums. Some mediums do, but I don't. I never assume a person has crossed over, and I'll tell you why. It's no big secret. People on this earthly plane can connect with a medium in one of 5 ways. 5. Let's count them. So, Jose Montoya, I'm still waiting for you to respond. If they do drugs, because drugs alter the mind function. So their brain is here on this earthly plane, but it's also in the spirit world. If they do alcohol and or drugs, I can connect with someone who's an alcoholic and they're living. If they're a hospice patient, obviously because they're terminal, which is why I love what I do, because a lot of times in hospice, I can feel the spirit starting to disengage as the time progresses. As I always say, I work in heaven's waiting room, and I love what I do. So if they're terminal, the 4th one is if they have dementia and or Alzheimer's. Obviously, if they have dementia or Alzheimer's, their brain is altered. So while they might not coherently be cognitively here on this earthly plane, I can still connect with them. And then the 5th reason would be if the person is in a coma. And I have actually been called by patients and families, hey, Kimba, please come down and visit my family member. They're in a coma. We need to know what they're thinking, feeling. We don't have a power of attorney of anything. What are their thoughts? And I'm also going to caveat, I never, ever put myself in the position of being a doctor, a lawyer, a finance person. That is, I'll say it my best Austin Powers, that is not my bag, baby. But I can connect with someone who's in a coma because of the same reasoning. Their brain is in a different realm. So I never assume when I ask someone, is your parent here? So Jose Montoya, he hasn't answered me. So I'm going to keep moving on, but for Jose Montoya, I'm just basically going to bless him and say his father is very much proud of him, and whatever was left unsaid between them, he does want him to know that there is much love from beyond. So I have to keep moving, so I didn't hear from Jose, so I got to keep moving. Going back to the top. Hello, Allie Martinez. Rennie Davis. Am I saying that right? Rennie Davis. Hey, hey, back to you. Rennie, I'm going to throw an angel card for you. And that's Harmony. I love this card. This is from the Healing Deck of the Angels. So for Rennie Davis, whatever has been chaotic, whatever has been really turbulent in your life, forget about it. That's what the Italians say, right? Forget about it. Don't worry about it. Harmony is going to return. And when it does, everything's going to be back in its normal routine, because here's the card. So hang in there. Stay true to you. Don't let people try to tell you your feelings. You know them the best. So this is for Rennie Davis, and I'm scrolling down to the bottom. Am I making sense to you, Rennie Davis? Stay true to you. That Harmony card is for you. Harmony will return, and as most of you know, we just came out of Mercury retrograde. So that Mercury retrograde was a bitch. You know, can I just say, it was a bitch. Anything that was electronic could have gone wrong, and it did. So, Kimberly Kirkland. Hi, Mama. How are you, girlfriend? Kimberly, I'm going to throw a tarot card for you. Yes, Kimberly Kirkland, your mom is watching you, and as soon as I do this, okay, thank you. I have to do this just so you guys are like, what? Who is she talking to? I'm going to kind of turn my computer this way so you can see that actually is my wall that I'm saying thank you to. Oh, look, there's my dad. There's my dad and my mom. Right there. Right there. There's my dad and my mom. As you know, my dad passed in February. But I kind of had to stop Kimberly Kirkland, because your mom, it's like the day she died, I feel like I want to address what you put in her casket. As weird as that sounds, and I feel like it was silver. Coin, yes, but I feel as though, being Catholic myself, it was almost like a saint's medal. So if you could confirm that for me, I'd be so, ecstatic, because it's like she's, thank you. It's like she keeps saying, whatever it was you put in her casket, say it to Kimberly Kirkland. So I want to address that. So Kimberly Kirkland, if you could please just let me know if you put something in your mom's casket. And I'm also seeing the name Mary. And the reason why I'm saying Mary is because she's showing me like the Virgin Mary. So for Kimberly Kirkland, your mom is coming through. She's showing me the Virgin Mary. So I have to ask you, was your mother's name Mary? And she's addressing and wanting me to address something silver you put in her casket the day that she died. Great love is coming through. And you know this. Thick as thieves. And the card I just pulled is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is not a bad card. It just means you're going, this is for Kimberly Kirkland still. It just means you're going through a lot. This could be called the competition card. It could also be the fact that there's a lot of work projects going on. As you can see, Wands traditionally, which is what this card is, has to do with business, has to do with teamwork, also has to do with a lot of people doing a lot of shit at the same time. So a chaotic type of environment. Could it be competitive? Yeah, it could. But I tend to think this is a project, a work project that's all going on all at the same time. So Kimberly Kirkland, if you could please get back to me and just say yes or no at the bottom of the screen, that would be beautiful for us. And I do want you to know, whatever this chaotic, Five of Wands is going on for you, it will slow down. I feel like it's work related. Danny D, how are you? First timer, welcome, welcome, welcome. You had a cat named Kimba. Funny thing you should say that. My real name is actually Kimberly Ann, and I don't know if I ever told you guys this. My dad said in the 1950s there was a cartoon called Kimba the White Lion, and that's how I got tagged my name. So for Danny Lee, your cat Kimba for sure is definitely with you. You know this. But I want to address the cat you have now, the cat that is living with you now. So, Danny D, thank you for being a first timer. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, okay? For Danny D, I do want you to know the cat that you have now, she's addressing her favorite toy is under your couch. So you almost have like an L-shaped couch, and almost to the point where the couch turns, it's almost like I'm sorry, I'm almost colorblind. The ball, her favorite ball, is under the couch, and she's been meowing for it, walking around the couch. So please look under the couch and tell us if it's there, okay? So that's for Danny D. And Danny D, for you. And Kimberly Kirkland, thank you for confirming about that card being about your work. Competition, work, everyone doing a lot of shit, teamwork. That project's going to come to an end soon. Hang in there. Everyone's getting their stuff done. It is frustrating. But Danny D, please, please, please let us all know. You know, so this is for you, Danny D, and this is about answered prayer. So whatever it is you're praying about, and I'm going to be quite honest. So anyone who's had a reading from me knows I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to be like, I know exactly what this answered prayer is about. I don't. The angels are veiling it from me, and I always tell people, I fully believe that's why my angels chose me to be a medium, because I'm a nurse. I get it. Not everything needs to be my business. It isn't about me. It's about you. So this card is for you. And the angels are saying, whatever it is you're praying about, I feel as though, and I'm being led to believe it's health issues, health related. This is still Danny D. I feel like it's going to be okay. It's going to take a while to resolve itself, but it's going to be okay. So I hope that helps. Vera Wagenhauser. Love that name. Wagenhauser. Love it. Your husband just passed. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know the loss of losing someone. I think we've all been touched by the loss. So Vera, of course, you can have a card. Of course. I'm going to start with, first and foremost, before I do any cards, for you, Vera, I want to talk about your husband. And I want to talk about his eyebrows. I don't know why. I'm going to caveat that because it's like he wants to address that. So for Vera, it's like he's telling me to do this. I just got my eyebrows microbladed, so that's why I'm going like this, because I forgot I had goo on them. Your husband is doing something like this with his eyebrows, almost like it was a joke that he had bushy eyebrows, or it was his way of letting you know he needed to trim them. What was it about his eyebrows, Vera? So for Vera Wagenhauser, let us know what this thing is about his eyebrows, because he's referencing his eyebrows. The other thing is, it's almost like he's going like this. You know, when we watch baseball, I don't know if you're baseball fans, but they have all these little side tricks and codes that when they're in the field, they kind of go like this, and the pitcher knows exactly what that means. I feel like your husband is pulling on his ear, and like that's a secret code that you guys had. So for Vera, I also want to lovingly put that in your lap, because I don't know what that means, but he's saying it's something that you two had. And if I could break out into like Frankie Avalon and sing to you, I don't know what Frankie Avalon meant to you two as a couple, but I feel like that was significant. So for Vera Wagenhauser, I'm just scrolling to the bottom to see if Vera Wagenhauser is confirming any of this. And so far, she's not. I feel like, you know, for Vera Wagenhauser, these are things her husband is showing me. For Vera, here it is. This is all about support. Here, this is for Vera because she had mentioned her husband had just passed. Here is your angelic support team. These are all of your support team that is supporting you. And it's not just your husband. I had many people, every time I do readings, people ask me, do all my angels watch me all the time? No, it's no different than during the day here on earth. We have friends check in on us, they call us. We have family that live with us. We have family that visit us during holidays. It's the same thing with our angels, except it's a little bit different in the sense that they tag team each other. So your husband might check in on you most of the time, okay? But then he has to go check on other people because once he went to heaven, he was assigned to be someone's guardian angel. So he goes and checks on that person, and your grandmom might step in. And then your grandmom checks on you, and she's with you for a while. And then say you get in your car, and the Archangel Michael's like, I got this. I'm taking over now. So then the Archangel Michael's with you. So I believe, and it's my belief system, I don't know how other mediums think, but I believe our archangels and our guardian angels that are family kind of pass the baton, so to speak, at various times throughout the day so that we're never left alone at any point in time. So at some point in time, someone is with us at all times. That's the beautiful thing about angels. That is our guaranteed birthright. So I hope that helps you. Oh, Vera just confirmed he had unibrows. So that was the whole eyebrow thing. Thank you, Vera. Thank you for confirming that because I thought, oh, good gravy. I hope she doesn't like hang up on me and think I'm going crazy by doing that. Thank you. Thank you so much for confirming that. I'm just scrolling down some more. So going back to the top, I'm going to shuffle and go back to the top. Whee! This is always fun because this way everyone gets a chance. I go to the top, I go to the bottom, I go to the top. Because Allie Martinez, how are you? This one is for Allie Martinez. And she said, tarot, please. Yes, you're daring. No, I'm just kidding. Of course. As you know, tarot is all about future, current events, future events, and potential past life events. When I say past life, I mean events that recently happened, okay? So this is for Allie Martinez, and this is the Two of Cups. So this is all about a partnership overseen by, I want to make pens down because I want to make sure I'm honoring my cards. Here's the Archangel Raphael right here. Archangel of Healing. Some people call him the Archangel Gabriel because Gabriel is all about communication. So depending upon how you look at this card, I tend to think in this particular situation, this is Gabriel who's coming in. The reason being is some people also say right here, when you look here, this is a medical symbol. I don't see that in this particular card. So for Allie Martinez, what I'm seeing is a partnership between you and a man. And I'm also seeing this is more of a business-related type of partnership. Could turn into love, could already be love, but I also feel like the Archangel Gabriel right here is overseeing this partnership because it's really good communication. Now, just because you might be scratching your head saying, hey, I'm already married. What are you talking about? It doesn't mean you don't have a work husband. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I was married 15 years and then got divorced, but I had a guy at my work that we had this joke that he was my work husband. It didn't mean it was anything romantic or sexual. It just meant that in the work arena, we knew each other really well. We worked together really well. And we anticipated each other's needs because we had shit that we needed to get done in the business arena. So that's what I feel like this card is about. So it is perfectly okay to have a work husband as long as there's no boom chicka wow wow going on if you're currently tied to someone else, if you're following what I'm saying. So for Allie Martinez, I feel like, and I'm going down to the bottom to see if you are responding here. I feel like this is more of a upcoming business venture for you, and I feel like this has to do with a guy, and I feel like this is coming up fast and furious. How do I know that? Right here in the background, there's a house. There's a house in the hills, and this is more like springtime right here. So I think you're thinking about it now, you're in talks with it now, but I think it's really going to manifest or bloom in the spring. So kudos to you, and keep us posted, because if I didn't know better, Allie Martinez, I would say you're along the psychic arena if you're already not doing this already. Psychic, or I get the strong Wiccan vibe. And that's not a bad thing. Wiccan is energy, so I guess it's open to interpretation. So again, that's just a vibe I'm getting. It doesn't mean I'm saying that's what you are. And I want to be crystal clear about that, because I'm not labeling anyone. So, okay, going back up to the top. Sylvia Carrillo, you're new. Thank you so much for coming. We're always thrilled to have new people. We're always thrilled to share, because I try to balance between new people and people who come regularly, because I think that's fair. I don't want to spend all my time with the new people and forget my regulars, because that wouldn't be fair. So Sylvia Carrillo, I pulled the card Blessings for you. And I feel like you already know this. Like, I feel like it's already started for you, but you already know this is happening. But I feel like this is multifaceted. This is work-related. This is home-related. This is, I even want to say, can I say this? Like, I even feel like there's like a baby on the way. So Sylvia Carrillo, I'm going to scroll down and see if you're responding here. But I feel like everything's kind of happening at once. Work is changing. Home life is changing. Potentially could be a baby on the way. Now, I just want to also caveat, if you're like me, I'm almost 50. So if you were to tell me, hey, Kimba, you're having a baby, I'd be like, yeah, no, could be a fur baby too. So I want to kind of throw that out lovingly, so you're not ready to hang up on me. Because our fur babies are babies too. So keep that in mind. But if you could, validate any of that information, that would be wonderful. Going to the top. Going to the top. Betty and Pete. Hi, beautiful soul. How are you? Of course you can get a reading. One of your daughters and you and haven't talked in a few years. Okay, and your son-in-law passed away. And he was like your fourth son. Okay. So, there's a lot of stuff right there. Your daughter and you haven't talked, so I'm going to do tarot, because I don't think so much an angel card is going to help with your daughter and you who haven't talked. And this is for Betty and Pete. So we're going to do tarot. And the tarot I just pulled was the King of Swords. So for your daughter and you who haven't talked, I feel like she's with a guy right now who's the King of Swords. I don't feel he's a bad guy, but I feel like he's kind of regulating her and who she can talk to. And it's not a bad thing. I think sometimes when our children get married, they marry people that sometimes it might just be a personality thing. Here he is. I would say he's an Aries, if I had to guess, or a Leo. How do I know this? Because when I look at the card, the back of his seat is a ram and or a bull, depending upon how you look at it. I feel like he's very focused. I feel like he would do anything for anyone, but I also feel like he's very intent on privacy. And privacy to him is just kind of him and her, and kind of keeping everyone else at a distance. Some people are more private and don't like the extended family in on their lifestyle, and that's okay. Everybody's different. That's the first half of your reading, Betty and Pete, okay? The other half was your son-in-law who passed away. He was like your fourth son. I feel like this passing was fast, and I want to almost raise my hand and say, God damn it, like it should not have happened this way. 24 to 48 hours is what they're showing me. CHF, cardiac related, lung issues, respiratory related, toggling between my heart and like the brain, almost like It could have been an aneurysm. That's kind of like what I'm going between. When I say toggle, for those of you that don't know, I'm referring to when I'm on my Facebook page and I suddenly flip over to my email screen. So I feel like this son-in-law, if you could just validate yes or no at the bottom, that would help me out, Betty and Pete. I feel like this son-in-law kind of went back and forth between cardiac and or potential aneurysm in the head, but it was fast, and it was kind of like, damn it, I didn't have time to say goodbye. It was fast. But I feel you. And he was your fourth son. Know that he's around you, because I feel like he was very close to you. And the holidays, he always stopped by. Here's meditation. Meditation is not all sitting Indian style doing, basically meditation is what you need to do to sit in quiet, in silence, and invite your angels, your guides, your spirits, the divine, whatever you want to call it, into your world, your realm, your personal space, okay? And I feel like if you were to do this, Betty and Pete, you would actually feel your son-in-law. Because at the same time I say that, I almost want to, it's almost like I'm smelling cigarettes. And I have to kind of go like this, and I mean no disrespect, but I have asthma. So for Betty and Pete, I don't know if your son-in-law smoked or used to smoke. I mean, at some point we all used to smoke, but I have to kind of go like this because I'm smelling cigarettes. Not a bad thing. So please keep us posted. I see you haven't responded yet, and that's okay. So on that note, I'm going to keep moving because I have a lot of people on tonight, okay? That was for Betty and Pete. Solma Pagan, your first time, sure, you can get a card. I'm going to throw tarot for you. This is for Solma Pagan. I pulled the Four of Pentacles. As you all know, Pentacles are not about Wicca. Pentacles are all about money, 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 money. Someone owes you money and they're not giving it up. So for Solma Pagan, whoever owes you money, I feel like it will be coming to you soon, but I also feel like it's going to take a while. It's not going to come right away. I feel like it might be a little bit of, hey, you owe me money. It's, you know, I'm waiting for this money. But that is the Four of Pentacles. So Pentacles are all about money. So if you could just validate that for us. And you don't need to give us details, just yes or no will do. Going back to the top. Sorry, I'm scrolling back up to the top. Because I try to hit as many. I try to hit like a new person, then someone that I know, then a new person, then someone I know. Carrie Ann Murphy, go. It's super fun. Yeah, absolutely. So Carrie Ann Murphy, this one is for you. I'm going to, I didn't shuffle my, my angel cards. This is for you. This is focus. Because I feel like for you, Carrie Ann Murphy, focus, it's not necessarily that you're all over the place, but I feel like what the angels are saying is take your time, be a little more intense. Take your time, think a little bit. You have great focus and drive when you really think it through, but lately things have been more scattered. But it's such a crazy time of the year too. I mean, kids are going back to school, buses are now more on the road. So don't be afraid to take that, what I call that 10-second pause, where when I get frazzled, and I do, don't be afraid to kind of sit back and say, you know what, I'm going to count to 10 and count to 10. And then that will help you regroup whatever it is that's kind of throwing you off right now. Because we all get thrown off. I had someone actually say to me the other day, oh, you're spiritual and you curse? And I'm like, yeah, spiritual people get angry. Why wouldn't we? You know, just because we're spiritual doesn't mean we don't have emotions. In fact, I run from spiritual people who don't have emotions. There's a problem there, I think, you know. But yeah, you have emotions. So I hope that makes sense for you. Let's see. Florence Struble, is things going to change next week? This is for Florence Struble. And she said thank you. So I'm saying you're welcome. I'm going to do tarot for that. Things going to change for you for next week. I pulled the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about change. It's all about basically, and this has to do with an internal change. This has to do with looking at your outside environment, norms, values, societal type of norms, could be religious, as you can see as evidenced by the 3 on her staff. She also has on her robe, she has 3 crosses on her robe. So this could be religious as well. But to answer your question, Florence Struble, this is going to be a change within you. So if you're asking me, is the outside exterior environment going to change for you? No. This is something that you physically are going to have to change because they aren't going to change, if that makes sense. So you're going to be confronted with, do I want to stay in this situation, or do I want to say, okay, I'm going to be the one to change. I'm going to make the change and do the change, and here it is. Here it is. So I think, yes, the change will come, but I think it's going to come because you prompted the change, because you chose to make the change, not because of outside forces making the change for you, if that makes any sense. Scrolling down, I saw Michelle McElwee. If I said that incorrectly, I'm so sorry. I'm going to pull an angel card for you. Michelle McElwee. I want to say father's mother, okay? Michelle McElwee. Always mediumship takes precedence over cards. So I want to say your father's mother, so your grandmother, who was your father's mother, looks just like you. Oh, this is Tiana. For those of you, come on up. For those of you who've been watching my wall, Tiana was in a massive car accident, and this is Tiana. She was the one I've been posting on my wall, the pictures of the car. Here she is. She's staying with me for the next few days. So by the grace of God, she is alive and well and staying here. So, yeah, that's okay. So to answer your question, Michelle McElwee, your card that I pulled is freedom. Freedom is all about basically what you do, releasing the chains, the norms, what people put on you. You're basically telling people, you know what worked for me is looking to other people for validation. You've stopped doing that. You kind of have basically stopped giving people the key to your happiness, and you're kind of like, no, I own the key to my own happiness, and I'm kind of going to keep moving on my own. So this is a great card to have, because many people strive for this, but what they do is they jump on the bandwagon of everybody else, and then they wonder why they're not happy. Pure freedom, if you really want to be free, is to beat to your own drummer and not really care what the rest of the world thinks. Because everybody else wants to be someone else's carbon copy. You've kind of arrived. And see how she's naked? She's naked because she's kind of like, yeah, I don't care. This is who I am. There's no transparency here. This is me. So for Michelle McElwee, this is you. And I love it because you've arrived. I always tell people, when you get to the point that you're finally free, that you don't care what people think, that you don't care what anyone really wants from you, or what other people think about you, you are free because you've arrived. So for Michelle McElwee, I hope that works for you. Okay? I'm going to keep moving down. Let's see. Gina McHale. Hi, Gina. How are you? For those of you that don't know, I've known Gina way, way back in the day. Gina knows me from when I first, I think I was like 19 at the time when I first moved out. And Gina kind of took me under her wing, and I lived in the same apartment complex. So for Gina McHale, I'm going to throw a tarot card for you. And the tarot card I'm throwing for you is Judgment. This has nothing to do with people judging you. This has to do with more of, where do you want to be in your life? What do you want to do, and what decisions do you need to make to get there? So again, this has nothing to do with people judging you. But the other thing I want to point out to you that I find very interesting, and this is for Gina McHale, is the judgment card. Also, what I see is, if you look here, this is the Archangel Raphael. These are his wings. So I also see, and if you look at the flag right in the middle, this is the Red Cross. This could also indicate medical issues. So what I'm feeling as I'm saying this is I'm feeling very anxious. I'm feeling very like I can't breathe, almost like a panic attack. Not a bad thing. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I ever told you I never had a panic attack. So I'm not going to tell you I haven't, because I have. But I feel like with this card, stop letting people let your emotions get the hold of you. But at the same time, take care of your health, because there it is right here, this red card. It almost looks to me like the Red Cross type card. There are some health issues that if you don't rein in your feelings or your emotions or your anxieties, it will outweigh your immune system, if that makes any sense. So this is for Gina McHale, and I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom to see if Gina is saying anything on that. And she hasn't. So, okay, I'm going to scroll back to the top, because you guys know I go to the top, then I go to the bottom. Anne-Marie Seamus Law. My daughter is Kimberly Ann. Oh my God, another Kimberly Ann. That's awesome. You know, I meet so many Kimberly Anns. I meet so many Kimberlys, but I rarely meet any Kimberly Ann. So I'm always thrilled when I meet a Kimberly Ann. So Anne-Marie Seamus Law. I'm actually going to throw for you a card. And the card I'm going to throw for you is a tarot, because I feel led. I'm shuffling, as you can tell. I feel led to throw a tarot for you. Anne-Marie Seamus Law. I'm going to say that really fast 20 times. No, I'm not. I pulled the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. What are pentacles, people? Money. They're money. Pentacles are all about money, 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 money. This is a great card. This tells me what you're doing is right on track. But it also tells me, I'm going to use my little pointer here. Here in the spring, things are really going to take off for you. So whatever you're doing, Anne-Marie Seamus Law, money's going to really come to you more in the spring. This is also like an entrepreneur type of card. It could be the fact that you've started a new business. It could also be that you own your own business, you've started your own business, you've branched out on your own. That's what this card is also about. But I feel like things are really going to take off for you in the spring. Right here, it's telling me in the bottom. Cards are not that difficult as long as you're connected to your angels and as long as you can read the cards. So please keep us posted. Anne-Marie Seamus Law, I'm just kind of scrolling down here to see if you've responded. Nope. Oh, Michelle McElwee said she's so glad that you're well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
Tiana said thank you. Yeah, she's going to be staying with me for the next 3 or 4 days because she needs a good nurse. That's me. No, I'm just kidding. Penny Jackson said, God bless Tiana. Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. So I'm actually going to scroll back up to the top. And April Ann, let's see, April Ann. I want to read you, but I want to pull angel cards on you. So this is for April Ann. April Ann, if you're still listening, I want to pull an angel card for you. Meditation again. This is the second time we got meditation. So meditation for you, April Ann, is not sitting there going, it's basically what we do as women to ground ourselves. Because as you know, we change our hats so many times during the day. We are lovers, we are women, we are bitches. We basically keep the house, we go to work, we do everything for the family. This is also about what do you do to ground yourself? Is it when you're having your morning coffee? Is that when you connect with spirit? Is that when you think about your friends and say little prayers for them? Or is it when you're getting your hair done? Or a lot of times when I'm reading people, I get flashes of them in the shower, and it's nothing sexual, but it's a visual that spirit is telling me. That's when a lot of times people really ground themselves when they're getting a shower, because it's that downtime of the water, which we all know water is very spiritual in itself. It's symbolic of being baptized. And when you're getting a shower, that's the time you're really thinking and connecting. So a lot of times I get a lot of visuals when I get this card, that I'll often say to people, hey, you know, you get your most intuitive moments when you're in the shower, and people are like, what?
I do.
You know, so yeah, I do too. It's like the most common thing. So welcome it and take care of it. Let's see, who else do we have? I'm going to scroll down because I'm going to do just a couple more, and then we're going to end for the evening. Chelsea Hernandez says, my dad's birthday in heaven was yesterday, and I was wondering if there's any messages from him. It would be a wonderful blessing. Of course. I think that your dad, you know, it's funny because for Chelsea Hernandez, it's like your dad is showing me he was a gardener, but he's not showing me this towards the end of his life. He's showing me this more towards the beginning, and I think this was almost pre to when you were born, where he loved to garden, and he's showing me a lot of vegetables, cherry tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes. That's something that you really don't see people bring up in a garden. And he's showing me he loved to throw stuff up in the air and catch it with his mouth. Not necessarily the vegetables, but keep that in mind and validate that with your family. I do want you to know you were one of his favorites. And I think that's so interesting because, of course, there was more than one, because he's signaling siblings, which tells me that there was plural, more than one, but you were one of his favorites. He might not have always told you that in person, but know that you were always one of his favorites on his mind. He felt like you were more on a path where the other siblings might not have been as kind of laser focused about what they wanted to do. So for Chelsea Hernandez, wish your dad a birthday in heaven, and go out and get some Mylar balloons and write little notes, like heart notes, attach them to the Mylar balloons and send them up to the sky, because I think your dad would love that. So other than that, I am going to end for the evening because it's been a wonderful, fantastic hour. For those of you that I've read, please feel free to consider giving me a review. For those I didn't get to, I'm so sorry, but do consider that I am available for private readings. So don't let this be a, oh shucks, you know, Kimba doesn't have any time for me. Think of it as, hey, this is going to be an inspiration for me to book a reading with Kimba. So until next week, love and light, and two, be kind to each other. And I'm saying my gratitude to the angels because I have Tatiana here, because Tiana here, because God only knows it could have gone 10 times, 15 different ways backwards, you know, and she couldn't have been here. So I'm blessed that she's here. So everyone have a fantastic night, and we will see you next week. Oh, and you might hear from me sooner if everything works out. Love and light. Bye.